gentleman from Wyoming's time is yielded back. I now recognize the gentleman from Illinois for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This hearing highlights a real problem, the crisis of affordability in higher education. But instead of focusing on systemic issues and solutions, Republicans have chosen a narrow and misleading target, the Ivy League, which enrolls less than 1%, half of 1% of all undergraduate students. It's been stated before. Rising costs are not unique to the Ivy League. Over the last 2 decades, tuition and fees at private and public universities have increased by over 100%. So this problem isn't limited to antitrust violations by the Ivy League. It's a problem that affects working families, regardless of which school students attend. And this problem is rooted in the commodification of education. Many schools have become real estate trusts and hedge funds that treat education as an afterthought. They game the ranking system by jacking up tuition, offering discounts in the form of financial aid, knowing that they can exploit the student loan program and load their students with debt. This model has been a disaster for students and for our economy. Higher education is becoming more essential and more unaffordable. Over 40 million people hold nearly $2 trillion in debt. And Black and Latino students, immigrant students, and first-generation students in particular are being priced out of opportunity. So in addition to antitrust enforcement, Congress must act. And we should consider policy options like tuition-free public college, caps on tuition increases, increased need-based aid, reforms to the student loan system, and support for trade and vocational schools. Not everyone needs to go to college. But if Republicans were serious about affordability, we'd see policy solutions. We don't see that. Instead, we see culture wars. Let's talk about what they actually do. Ms. Morgan, thank you for being here. Let me ask you a simple yes or no question. Does gutting the Department of Education lower tuition costs?
It does not.
Thank you. Does cutting research funding for universities lower tuition costs?
It does not.
Does cutting financial aid programs and student debt relief lower tuition costs?
Definitely does not.
Does suppressing free speech and enforcing a Trump-approved ideology lower tuition costs?
It does not.
Thank you. And as usual, Republicans are pretending to be firefighters when they're actually arsonists. We need to address the cost of higher education, but nothing in their cruel reconciliation bill does that. So this hearing is just a hypocritical distraction. Republicans fight culture wars, they manufacture outrage, and funnel taxpayer dollars to billionaires and to ICE while defunding higher education, programs that help working class students, those that I represent in Congress, and other vital resources for our communities. Working families and our communities deserve better. Thank you, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from